Hello! In this lesson, I will show you how to find a value inside an array. So let's suppose that here I have an array of numbers, and here I will put some numbers. Now, how to find a value inside this array? It's really simple. In Ex6, we have the find method that will find a value by a comparison. So here we can say to JavaScript that, hey JavaScript, find a value which is equal to 3. In this way, this expression here is an arrow function, and we're gonna say about it in the next module. All right, so don't worry for now. But this expression here means, hey JavaScript, find for me a value that is equal to 3. And if there is a value that is equals to 3, this method here will return for us the value. So here I will create a new variable that I will call of the return. And here I will make a console.log the return. Now let's see what happened here. And as you can see here, we got 3 because in our array we got the number 3. But what happens if I put here a number that doesn't exist in my array? So for instance, 100. Let's see what happens. Undefined. And it happens because in my array I don't have the 100 number, all right? And when this method here won't find the value, it returns undefined. So it means that it means that this value here doesn't exist inside this array. All right? Now you can make another type of comparisons. So for instance, I can search for a value which is greater than 2, for instance, or less than, or greater or equal to. So you can make any comparison here, right? It's really simple. In this case, I will make a greater value greater than 2. All right, so let's see what happens. And JavaScript returned for me only one value, because when this function here find the first value that is greater than 2, it finish the function and return this value. So this method here, find method, only return one value. All right, in this case, the first value that it find. Now we can work with an array of strings too. So here I will make a comment here and here, and now I will create an array of names. In this way, all right? And after that, I will create a variable, return name, And this variable here will receive my names array dot find. And here I want to find a value which is equals to Victor in this way. So I want to find the Victor name inside my names array. All right? And let's see what happens here in the return. Let's go. And as you can see, we got Victor here. And it means that the name exists in my array. But if I search for a name that doesn't exist in my array, let's see what happens. For instance, the name Jack. Undefined. And now we can make a more robust code here. We can make a if statement. If return name is different of undefined, it means that the name is finded, or better, was finded, right? And here I will print the name was finded. Here, return name to show the name. And else, if the value of my return is undefined, name was not finded, right? So here I will make a message here in this way. The name doesn't exist in the array. And now I will delete this console.log here, and let's see what happens now. The name doesn't exist in the array because the Jack name is not in my array. But if I put this name here, Jack, now, as you can see, the name was finded, Jack. So this method here is really, really useful, right? And I hope that you enjoy, and I see you in the next lesson. Bye bye. Hello everyone. In this lesson, I will show you how to use the Foreach in arrays. Foreach is an array to loop through each element in an array. But before we see Foreach, let's see the classic way to loop through an array. So let's suppose that here I want to create an array of names with some names. In this way. And now I want to loop through this array. The classic way is to create a for loop, and inside this for loop make a for I equals to O, I less than names.length I plus plus. So here this for loop will loop through each element of my array. And here I can make a console.log my array I. Now let's see what happens. And as you can see here, we have a console.log for each value of my array. All right? But this way to loop through an array isn't very clear. And to help us to create a lot more clear code in JavaScript, in EX6 comes a new feature that is the Foreach feature. So I will comment it here. And what is the Foreach feature? Foreach is basically a method that every array has. So I can call my names array dot for each element. Do the following thing, and inside this parentheses here, you need to create a function which receives the value, and inside this function you can make anything that you want. But inside this function here, I will make a console.log value. So for each value in my array, print it. It's really, really simple. Now let's see what happened. And as you can see, we got the same result. Why? Why, this code here is the same thing of this code, but a little more clear, much clear, right? And inside this function here, you can do whatever you want. I can show 1 plus 2, for instance, and we have here, right? So Foreach is a really, really useful method. All right, so that's it. I hope you enjoy, and I see you in the next lesson. Bye bye.